This is KO4KEB, and you're watching
Ham Radio Concepts.
Went and took it, got my license the very next day.
Using the 705.
You got your technician?
Right, so I'm just going for the technician right now. Maybe down the road, I'll go for general or extra. Who knows? We'll see what the future holds.
I hear you. Well, congratulations. Good to hear you on the radio, and I'm more than happy to help you out with anything you need. Getting you started on programming radios or anything of that nature. We got a plethora of knowledge combined with everybody we got. So you're in a great area. We've got a lot of resources available. WinLink, D-Star, Fusion, DMR, anything you look for. So you can pick a branch of ham radio and you'll go down a rabbit hole. When you get bored with that, you just pick another branch and keep going. So good to hear you on the air. Like I said, congratulations again on getting your technician. And I tell you what, you start studying for that general, because then a whole other door opens up, and you'll never look back. So good talking with you.
Thank you, Dave. And this is KO4KEB 73.
Damn, you act like you're a professional, Dan.
I doubt it. I'm barely even there.
All right, KO4KED. This is KG4ORQ 73s, and good luck on your ham radio adventures. We'll talk with you later.
Now, Dan, what do you think about that 705 so far? That's the first transmission we've made on D-Star with that thing, but what do you think about it?
So I like digital. It's very clear. I like how you can see where they're at, their call sign.
Right.
Because for me, I've got a very bad memory, so I'm not going to be able to memorize their call signs.
It makes it easier, but did you see how it popped up with the GPS and stuff, told you their call sign, where they were at? That's cool things about digital. That's the whole D-Star compared to like HF analog, but for me, there's always something with analog that like the sideband and stuff. But what do you think about that radio, the user interoperability as a newcomer? I mean, you're already there talking like you've been doing this for a while. I know it's a new thing for you, but this is like the third transmissions you've made in 2 days, and I've gotten to. You're holding a state-of-the-art radio right here, talking on D-Star with an MPass in the front yard on digital. What do you think? What do you think about ham radio so far? I mean, was it what you thought it was going to be, or you thought it was nerdy, or you thought it was going to be scary? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's amazing. We've been able to hear people all around the world, Brazil, Indiana, and it's very amazing. I never knew that this 5 watts would reach this far. And
that's the thing. Some people say, well, 5 watts, you can't do that. But for me, there's one day when I get the 7300 out of my storage here, which is like a big brother to that, you'll be able to see what it's like to push the button at 100 watts and talk. And it's a whole different thing. But so far as day 3 you've been licensed, what's your final thought for someone who thinks they want to get licensed, or what would you tell them? Because I've been pressuring you for a long time. So I'm like, Dan, you got to get that. You're like, what's in it for me? What do you think about it?
Definitely go get tested. So you've been asking me for years to do it, I think.
I think we had a VX8 GR together. We both bought them, or you bought both of them. I bought one from you, or traded you a mower or whatever. And none of this digital or waterfalls even existed. But you had it, and you're like, maybe I should get licensed. And then what happened then?
I studied and
I did
it online. I did study.
Yeah, you did, but
I just wasn't ready.
That was like 10 years ago.
And the other thing was they didn't have what's available now. So now you can just sign up online, and you don't have to leave your house. So that was another benefit for me. I don't have to take a day off. I could set the time that I want to take my class and take the exam and hopefully pass.
So thanks to my sponsors at HamRadioPrep.com, I've made a couple videos and I've announced this. I think it's a great thing to get people involved. HamRadioPrep.com, link is in the description. And if you use the code ERIC20, you're going to get 20% off of any course that you buy. So what that means is, if you want to study for your technician, which is what Dan did, you'll get 20% off, which is the price total for $20, the price of a book. But this is living proof right here that when I finally convinced him to buy that technician course, How long did it take you? I'm going to say it's about a week. It was a week from start to finish. Is that true?
It took about a week. I did about an hour every day during my lunch break, and Saturday, I really went hard at it. Sunday, I took the test, and here I am. I passed.
So
had my license the very next day.
That's what's impressive. The very next day. So when I got licensed in 2004, I studied for months with the book, and I was already into CB radio and stuff. I was kind of familiar with some of the stuff, but I did it with books, and then they had like an online ham testing where you could do practice exams, but it was just a yes or no. You got it or you didn't. Well, you basically just memorizing answers until you pass it. Can you tell us, as a user of Ham Radio Prep, what was it like to go through some of the study things, the courses? What was it like as somebody who's never touched a radio before? Well, I take that back. Me and him back in the day, I tried about 10 years ago. I'm like, Dan, you got to get a ham radio license. So he bought 2 Yaesu VX8 GRs. I'm like, listen, I'll pay you for the one, you got the other one. And I was trying to get him interested. And in the meantime, he's like, hey, dude, you want to buy this one? I don't want it anymore. And I had 2 of them. He's like, whatever, just get my money back. So years later, not using a radio, but seeing my videos, what could you tell somebody, aside from me as being sponsored and me wanting you to get into it, what could you tell them that you got on that? As I mentioned in a previous video, I said, Dan, you're watching, Benjamin, you're watching, my wife is studying now. What can you tell somebody about that and why it's easy? What did you like about Ham Radio Prep? Why was it different than a book? And say something that I wouldn't say as not a sponsor. What do you think?
So this isn't the first time that I studied for the test. I did study online before. I'm not the type of book person, so I knew that wouldn't work, but HamRadioConcepts.com was a lot more easier than the other site that I used. It highlighted and gave you things to memorize, like, think of power as J.J. Watts, or simple little things like that. I don't know anything about football, but every time I would see that question on the pretest, I knew what the answer was.
What does football have to do with it?
I don't know. I think J.J. Watts is a football player, a quarterback or something.
I mean, you're going to have like 500 people yelling at both of us in the comments. Like, you moron! Like, I don't know who J.J. Watts is. But,
I don't either, but I'm assuming it's football.
I hope it's not the guy that created the Watts.
I doubt it.
Because if it is, I feel ashamed as a ham radio operator. You should too.
It was very important that I did take my test right away, because last time when I studied, I never went ahead with it, because you got to go to a location, take your test. So in their website, they give you step-by-step instructions of where to go, what you need to do to take your class, to take the test. You don't have to take it online. That's not your only option.
Well, I'm going to stop right there. That makes a good point here. I want you to tell, because I have read that like only one, and these people are texting me, and this is real, guys. People have said that there's reports out there that with this online testing, only like 1 in 4 people are going online. Like some people, I guess, want to be in a testing center. What was it like doing the test? Because I want to get my extra. My wife wants to get it. My wife won't go into anywhere with the COVID, so a lot of the places aren't testing in person. What was it like taking the test online? Because you're like one of the only persons I know right now, other than the new people that are around, you're the only person I could talk to that would ask what that's like. What was it like taking the test online? How many people were watching? What did you have to do? Tell me. Tell them, because they're going to want to know what to do. And I'm pretty sure from the little bits you've given me, it's not going to be just, it's not willy-nilly. They're going to make it very official. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, it was very official. And I'm not the type of person to go on Zoom meetings or...
I've never been on a Zoom meeting in my life.
Or do videos like this. I mean, I'm very nervous. So I was even nervous doing the online thing. When I went in there, to take my test, you come up into a lobby with other people that are taking the test. So I was in there with 3 other people. I don't think they were taking the technician course. They were probably going for general or extra.
I mean, did you see? Well, you saw other people.
Oh yeah, you. Could
oh really?
See so I had to log in twice.
So you could see other people doing this. It was like a bunch of people on there, and they're all taking tests. I thought it was a one-on-one.
No, you don't watch them take the test. You're in a lobby when you first go in there.
Are you talking to these people?
You could if you want, but I mean,
Really?
usually you wait until the host says, okay, Daniel, I need you to do this. Let's see if you've got everything ready. Do you have your driver's license?
Interesting.
Okay, let's go ahead and look at your screen, because they need to verify that you don't have any applications or anything open that's going to assist you. You are allowed to have a calculator. You're allowed to have a pen and paper, but they need to verify that there's nothing on it before you take the test. And so once you're advanced to the VEs, there should be about 4 VEs.
What is a VE?
Voluntary examiner, is that right?
A volunteer examiner. I think he learned that from the Ham Radio Prep because he had no idea what a VE was before. Go on.
So yeah, I believe they want to have 4 VEs per.
How many do you need to administer a test?
Only 3, but since it's online, they have the 1 extra in case somebody drops off.
Very good. So now how long did it take you to take the test?
So I thought it would be a quick, 15 minutes for the entire thing.
How many questions were there?
35.
35. What did you score?
33. And I believe it's a 74 or 76% that you need to pass.
I think you can miss like 12. something
Yeah,
like that.
so I wanted to make sure when I was studying that I scored above 90% every time.
Well, part of the thing for Ham Radio Prep says if you're guaranteed to pass the first time if you go through all the courses as they tell you, and you're scoring at least an 84% on your practice exams before you go. Now, Ham Radio Prep does say if you do that, you do both those criteria and you fail, they're going to refund the price of the course and pay your exam fee. How much was the exam fee?
$10.
$10. Did you have to pay it right there over the computer?
So PayPal.
PayPal. So when I got licensed, it was 17. That was at the Vero Beach, Indian River County EOC with the Vero Beach Club. I know Richard was there and Bud and some of those other people. That was a long time ago. But it was 17 bucks. I was nervous being in front of people. Do you think you'd be more nervous in a building that you had to find with directions because you've never been there and people you've never met in front of you versus online? What do you think would be more nervous?
I probably would have been less nervous going to the actual site.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think of Michelle. I think Michelle will be way more nervous going into that building where I can't go sit there next to her. I go, all right, honey, go ahead. Like, I think she'd be way more nervous in there than she would online. But do you think that if people that are out there are not able to get to a testing center, or people are, aside from the COVID, because people may watch this 3 years from now and COVID may be over, do you think that it is totally doable for even a newcomer to do this online? Why would you not do it online? It's the first time ever that they've had testing online like this. So I've had comments. Come here, Mark. I've had comments where people are like, my local testing center is 100 miles away. I live in Montana. But if they could do it online, why wouldn't they? What's your opinion? Why wouldn't they do that?
Basically being lazy. I mean, you either that or you don't have the courage to go out there and do it. And that was my issue. I was being too lazy before. I didn't think I was going to pass. And those are the 2 main factors of why I didn't take the test originally.
There could be people that are different type of test takers. They want to do tests on pen and paper. That is a fact. Some people may not do good well on testing online, or they may like to do it, with the bubble thing, or whatever. But what we're going to do is, because, and by the way, I want to show you something, and I don't have it here, but I talked to my friends at HamRadioPrep.com, and I actually have a plaque, which is an FCC license that hangs on the wall as a plaque. Now, back in the day, or you're going to get one, you should get a paper in the mail, and it's going to be your license, and it's going to, the FCC license, and you can sign that, put it in a frame or whatever. But Ham Radio Prep actually got me this laser engraved plaque. And because you're my friend, and because I begged you to do this and you did it, I'm going to get HamRadioPrep.com to make you your own plaque that you can hang on the wall. And also, not only that, because I didn't bring it because mine's hanging on the wall and I forgot. But other than that, I'm going to try to give away some plaques to those who are interested in getting a ham radio license, who use HamRadioPrep.com with just sending me a picture of your license, that you're a student, that you got it. I'm going to get them to help me give away some license plaques. I think that'd be pretty cool. Maybe 5-10 people. It's cool, mean, they didn't have that back in the day either. People got a paper, and you went to Dollar Tree and bought your own license frame, or you bought a frame 8x10, you put it in. So congratulations on your license exam. I'm going to get you that plaque myself. And also, what did I tell you when I said a couple weeks ago, you get your license and I'll do what?
You would paint my vehicle.
No,
you forgot about
that was if you got that motor running in it. Where is that thing? It's not even in the driveway.
Because it's running.
That's a whole other bet. I told him, if you get your license, I will buy you a radio. He got his license in just about a week from studying. I'm going to buy him a radio. I'm going to buy him. I'm not going to get a sponsor to donate it. I'm not going to buy one used. I'm going to buy probably an Anytone 878 from Bridgecom, because I think that's the best radio for handheld for a beginner. He'll have digital, he'll have VHF, UHF. It sounds great. Or I might try to get an ID51 because he wants to see what digital is like. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to buy him a radio. In the meantime, he's borrowing my Anytone 878. We're going to set up this Chameleon M-Pass, and I'm going to make him, as a new ham, set up this antenna for the first time. A backpack portable HF, VHF, UHF antenna. I'm going to make him set it up, walk him through it, and we're going to go through and just look at some HF. We'll see if there's any contacts to be made. There's a lot of signals out there, but I don't know how much time we have. All right, so Dan here as a newbie is going to set up the M-Pass just because I'm going to make him set up his first field deployable antenna. Go ahead. What do we do first?
I have absolutely no idea.
All right, go ahead. Take the military mask off. That guy's cranking in there. What do you think about that scope, Dan? What does that mean to you?
I don't know.
What do you see when you represent on that scope? What are you looking at? What does it mean to you?
These are active people talking.
Or signals, even if they're not people, they could be digital signals. What does that look like outside, outdoors? What does that screen look like, that 705? Is that something easy to read outside?
Oh yeah.
It would appear to me that if you're not a seasoned ham operator, would you say that the bands are dead? There's nobody to talk to out there?
I don't think they're dead.
well, that's what everybody's been telling me, is that the bands are dead. It looks like, some of the signal. Now, if you could tap on that big signal over there and tap it again, that'll put you in the ballpark.
How do you go by your middle name? In Kilo Juliet 4 Yankee Zulu, India, I've got you a 3333 into Park 4568 and 0756 in San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, Texas. Roger, can I pass the mic to a brand new ham that wants to make his first HF contact? Over.
Okay, go ahead.
There you go. Give it to him.
Yeah,
Call out. Just call out.
What do you mean?
KO4 KEB.
KO4 KEB.
Stand by, park to park. Go ahead, new ham operator. A little slower, please.
KO4 KEB. Kilo Oscar 4. Kilo Echo Bravo.
Kilo Oscar 4, Kilo Echo Bravo.
He just made his new...
55 into 4568 and 0756.
All right, just give him a 5.56 here in Florida.
5.6 here from Florida.
Well, thank you very much. Both of you have a great holiday. Be safe. I hope the families are good. And 73.
So 73.
7-3, thank you.
You just made your first.
Come on, Dave.
Oh, okay. So what he's doing, let me explain that for you, Dan. What he's doing is parks on the air. So park to park. So that's the designator that he had. They're doing POTA, which is parks on the air. So I guess each park, he's looking for other parks, and they're exchanging designators or, you know, coordinates or station IDs for different parks. But right now he's up there almost about a 5.9. So he's got a good signal. But that was how many watts, Dan?
5 watts.
5 watts with the 705. So far, Dan has made, as a new ham, last night on analog, on a analog repeater in Vero, and made contact through there. He has made his first 20 meter HF contact QRP at 5 watts. Well, you want to end the video for everybody and tell everybody you want to finish the Ham Radio Concepts video officially.
How do I do that?
What do you mean? This is KO4. Yeah. Give me an outro. Come on, Dan.
This is KO4 KEB 73, guys. Thanks for watching the video.
Exactly.
Be sure to subscribe.
Exactly.
Leave a comment at the end. Thank you for everybody that is welcomed me into Ham Radio.
That's the thing. Everybody better leave a comment or I'm going to be pissed. You better leave a comment that says, give him a pat on the back and tell him, welcome to the hobby, Dan, and I hope that I can get this guy connected where he could talk to people and you guys on the radio, because that's what it's about. That's all I wanted for this channel, was to get people into ham radio. And if I got one of my friends, this is my only friend I've convinced to get into ham radio. Everybody else is like, man, that's stupid, man. And Dan did it. So congratulations, Dan.
Thank you.
And give us a 7-3 one more time.
7-3.
Tell everybody to subscribe. You know, give me an outro one more time. Come on.
All right. Well, I think we need to get the doggy cam in here for this.
You want the dog? Come here, Mars. 7-3, right? Bye, Mars. Mars, come here. Come here. Is this what you were doing behind us? Look, come here, Mars. What is that? Daddy is gonna be so mad. What is that? What did you find in that hole? So basically, she was digging while we were on video. Is that it? Mars, what are you doing? Your daddy is gonna be so mad at you. Yeah.